All right, Shalom, Akim. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachakodash. I like to double honors the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and salutation to the Akim around the world that pushes truth and sincerity. I just have just some precepts, I entitled it, the stumbling blocks of vanity. Correctly and truly. Still okay. No, don't wake up, sorry. Still okay. I too don't wake up. You understand that if a man don't remain spiritual, things in this world get to go off after a period of time. The majority of the stumbling blocks is be simple things like women, might be money, so they might even be your appearance or your position in life. All these things will sometimes be stumbling blocks. Sometimes people who have money might ask questions, say, so why a rich man can be holy and so forth, but majority of rich people in the world, they're so caught up in their in the caricature, if you'll put it that way, how they're perceived by men, always trying to appear important in the eyes of others. They don't have time to go out and preach on the streets or do the ordinance of the Most High, because they're always caught up in something vain. You understand? All these things is simple stuff, stumbling blocks, as actually affect people, and because they're not spiritual, they wouldn't see it. Psalms 51, I'll read verse 10, right? To say, create in me a clean heart, O power, and renew a right spirit within me. Correct and truly, if you're getting caught up in the things of this world, no, nobody is saying that if you have money, you can buy something, that you like, but it's not something to get caught up in, because we know in the spirit, true spirit, Salakia, true spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, at any point in time, these things can be taken away from you. Just like what happened with Job. He was made a perfect example. Even though you might have stuff in the world, at any point in time you could lose it. You understand? Shit could break off right now. The dollar become useless. People could break in your house and steal everything you have if the Most High will. All these things are classed as dung, as the scriptures say. Now I'll pull out a precept sometime later on. But it's to show you that you can't make these kind of things a stumbling block, because all of these things are temporal, just as the scriptures say. If a man not in the spirit isn't working with him, he wouldn't understand these things. He said, cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. And that's why you're supposed to constantly pray for, especially in times like this, because if the Most High Spirit, now if the Most High not working with your true spirit, you don't have long again. It said in Matthew 19, verse 19, right? You say, honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, right? Now, this doesn't mean, people like to say, you're hearing talk about the 10 commandments, but it have way more than 10 commandments. And it's not just 10 commandments alone that stand now, but many others. That doesn't mean that you can eat pork or whatever other justification that is used, just because he only quoted mainly from the 10. You understand? It said, the young man said unto him, all these things have I kept from my youth up. What lack I yet? Yahushai said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. Now there is something that all the other 12 had to do. All the other disciples, they had to get rid of all the stuff and forsake what I have to follow him. But this greedy little one, he didn't have no time for that, because he didn't lack the faith. He was so attached to the things that he have here that it became a stumbling block onto him. And that was just a simple example of how the things here could be a stumbling block onto you. Being wanting to stay connected to here, or to the things that are here, and to this system, could end up putting yourself in problems. You see, but when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. So he was a rich boy. He was a little rich. So he didn't want to give up the things that he had here. But we understand that the things that we laboring for is not where you could see. And that is where most people, that has been a stumbling block to a lot of people, because to labor for something that you can't see requires faith. And majority of people in the world don't have that faith. They don't believe that. Some people don't even really believe in the kingdom. It just sounds nice to them, and it sounds like something, a security measure in case I die. But they don't really believe about the things that they're going to receive on the next side, because they can't see it with the eyes. They don't have that faith. They'll just go along with it because eventually it will die. Some will go along with it for that reason. Some will go along with it for the reason of, because others doing it, but they don't really believe that they're going to actually receive these things. You understand? They don't believe that a big UFO going and break out the sky and start zapping and killing people. They don't believe these things. So they no, it's not 6, yeah. Matthew 6 verse 19. It says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and steal. So, like I say, it doesn't mean that on this side you'll have absolutely nothing. You will have some brothers that will have more than others. You understand? And you could be able to enjoy it somewhat. Not to a large extent, but somewhat. And you will also be able to help other brothers also. But it's not about being luxurious here. These things are just to help you while you're here. It's not to get caught up in, or to become a stumbling block onto you. Because some men, because of the amount that they have, or because of the status that they have, they end up forsaking the Lord and doing things that not expedient for the salvation or the spirit. That'll show you how easy the stumbling blocks of this world has get to you. You say, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Because if you want to value the things of the world more than the Most High, well, that is your God. You understand? That is idolatry, and that is deserving of destruction. So really and truly, if a man spiritual, he will be mindful of these things. And really and truly, the Most High working with you, he will take it from you if you realize it's affecting you. It's only if you were to be destroyed, he might leave you with it if you see it getting to you. But if you really want to, hallow, to keep you holy, he will take it from you if you realize you can't handle it. We have to focus really on the things that expedient for your salvation. The things that you're actually laboring towards. Because like I say, the things here is just to use for a time and then go. You could have all the money and everything, and as soon as you die, somebody else going and spend it. You really have to focus, and like I say, just come and go. Sometimes you could have money today, the following day all your money could be gone. Because remember, you're under captivity, and Esau have control over your wealth. So you really have to focus on the spiritual things. But to focus on the spiritual things, you have to be spiritually minded. Like I say, a lot of people don't believe. They don't believe in the things that are to come. Even though they might say that they believe, they don't really believe. So the second Esdras 2 verse 42 is say, I Esdras saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs, and in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, because we know the election going to be, they're gonna be the next politicians, the next set of politicians. if you understand it that way, they're going to be the rulers. You understand? They work, as you say, working towards a crown. Say so I forget how exactly how is paraphrase it. That no man take your crown, because they're working for a prize. Right? Saying upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more excellent, exactly, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel, at this time I think it was Uriel who was dealing with Esdras at that point in time, and said, Sir, what are these? And he answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of power, and are they crowned, now are they crowned, Salakia, and receive palms. So they actually did the work, as like how it's saying Acts. You understand? He did the work. They actually confessed. You understand? Though the withstanded, whoever it is had to died, and the whole fast to wait is they had to do until the end, because they had faith and they understood that the reward that they were going to receive through the Spirit, which is something that not everybody has, even though they might say they do. Like I said, they don't. They just let the things of the world that the eyes could see be a stumbling block unto them, and there's hold fast to what they could see, and they don't focus on the things that they can't see. And that is really the definition of faith itself. Right? Is Hebrews 11 verse 1. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And majority of people in the world, they don't have that faith. They just doing this because, it seemed like something right to do, but they don't really believe. And that is why when the time comes for the faith to be tested, if the Most sign up with them, they'll fail, because they'll let the flesh be a stumbling block onto them, and they might try to save the life, and by doing so they will lose it. Or they might try to save the goods, forgetting that all these things pass away after time. The second is just 2:46. It say, then said I unto the angel, what young person is it that crowned them, and gave them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of Power, whom they have confessed in the world. Right? And they say who they have confessed in the world. You understand? So they wasn't going wrong saying Jesus. Right? It's Yahushua Mashiach, who they have confessed in the world. Even though some groups just go around saying, you don't have to go around saying the name, and always look for some kind of foolishness to talk about, whereas in a smart way they try to deny him. It said, then began I greatly to commend them that stood so swiftly for the name of the Lord. Then the angel said unto me, go thy way, and tell my people what manner of things, and how great wonders of the Lord thy power thou hast seen. So the men who he saw in that vision, they understood what I was working for. The things that here didn't become a stumbling block onto them. They just used it for the period of time that they was here to do what was necessary. And then, because all these things are temporal to the end of the day, so you just have to be careful. You just have to be careful with the stumbling blocks of this world. Really and truly, your real prize is what you're going to get after, not here. But people so like to focus on the things that you get here that there's not no time for what they're going to receive in the kingdom. Say Revelations 2:25, it say, but that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. So like I said, I check to make sure it's still recording. Right, hold fast till I come, right? So don't let go of that faith and that knowledge that you gain over the period of time. Always hold on to it and rehearse it as much as possible. Always try to build your faith and do things that you need to do. And always try to distance yourself in some way from the things around you, because the devil will use them against you if needed. You understand? If you palm a machete to your child head, a man might crack if you're in spiritual. You understand? Not knowing that if you take the chip to save your child, you and your child will feel it. So you just really had to be spiritual. If you try to save your life, you'll lose it out here. And if you get too caught up in the things that you have out here and forsake the Lord, still lose your life. Right? You say, but that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh, you understand? He that overcometh, like the men who he saw in the vision, and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. Because that crown that was gained on the head was to signify is a king now. You understand? I'll have slaves, just as the scriptures talk about. I'll have a kingdom in terms of a big castle. You understand? He'll be a judge over others. That is really where you're working towards. Now, you have some brothers who are plenty here, you got some brothers who are little. And it's for the brothers who are more to help the ones who have less. But ultimately, here is not the goal. The goal is for you to go and receive after here. So you're not supposed to let the things of here become a stumbling block onto you. Yes, and it say, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as a vessel of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my father. Because it's talking about in Psalms, he gonna receive that also, and we're gonna also be partakers in that if you hold firm until the end, and actually don't lose that faith, and not let the things of here be a stumbling block onto them. That is really how to pray that the Most High keep you in the spirit, because it's very easy to get caught up in the things of the world if the Most High not working with you. Right? I'm trying to find anybody that listen. With that, I'd like to give all the praises, honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Racha Kodash. I'd like to double honors to the apostles and the loves of Rib Millstone of well, and peace and salutation to the Akim around the world that pushes truth in sincerity. This is your Abba from the Trinidad camp saying Shalom.